EC is too early, right? Can't play the Fiesta
Yeah.
Bowl at 11 a.m.
Chip, I have tickets. I go to the Fiesta Bowl every year. You know, they make you buy tickets for this year. So you pay the same price for the quarterfinal and the semifinal the next 2 years. So I don't get, the free tickets. I don't get the free press box, stuff. So I'll tell you what, I will be there for this one. I got to admit, I mean, good for Liberty, but I didn't pay all this money to go see Liberty. I do have lower deck tickets.
That's disrespectful. Disrespectful to the pride of Lynchburg, Virginia. Come on now.
Chip, come on. Would you want to pay hundreds of dollars to watch a complete mismatch? No. I'll be there, but do I want to see it? No. I'm playing the overline. I tell you, I don't see how Oregon doesn't score every time they have the ball. I once said, Chip, I don't know if you remember this on a regular season show, give me liberty or give me death. Not this time. I don't want to die. Listen, one team averaged 44 this season, the other one 41. So we're going to have points in this game. And listen, Liberty's been a nice story, but how are they going to slow down the Bo Nix-led offense? They gave up 25, 28, and 35 in their last three against UMass, UTEP, and New Mexico State. If Oregon actually cares, literally they're going to score every time. Actually, but Liberty can backdoor cover here, so be careful of the spread. I'm staying away from that. Also, the winning team in the Fiesta Bowl has scored 35 or more in 10 of their last 13 games. They had 34 in one of those games as well. So usually a high-scoring game can be Oregon 49, Liberty 35.
Emery, what you doing with that one?
I'm taking Oregon, and it's bittersweet watching these games now because Liberty can score. Keaton Salter is going to be a pro prospect that we'll talk about next year. Outstanding quarterback. He's fun to watch. He can do a lot of things from a dual threat perspective. The problem is Liberty is going to score points. They're going to have a really good game against Oregon, and then immediately following the game, everybody's going to be in the portal, right? The whole team is going to jump in the portal because, hey, man, we did this against Oregon. I should be playing somewhere else, right? Instead of being where your feet are. And that's the problem I have with today's game. But I do like Oregon because they at least have defense. Liberty can't stop anybody on defense. And it's going to go up and down the field until Oregon starts to tighten up a little bit defensively. And that's when we'll start to see that point spread just continue to expand, and they'll be able to cover.
Yeah, I'm right there with you with the Ducks. This is all about leadership. When you see so many key players for Oregon opting in and saying, we want to be a part of this game, that is going to set the tone for your 15 bowl practices. That's going to make sure your mindset is there. You can get in trouble. You can get in trouble on a bowl trip to Glendale. All right. So you got to make sure your senior leader. Listen, I talked to some former players that talked about how the Fiesta Bowl could get a little dicey. If your leadership in that locker room has you focused, then you can avoid that night out right before
especially coming from Liberty. It can be a problem out there.
Hey, Old Town Scottsdale is nice. Don't get me wrong, but I mean they got this for Liberty. This is their school. I mean, this is the biggest football game they're probably ever going to play in their lives, unless they go to the NFL, right? Like these guys are never playing in a game like this again. That's why I think they're going to show up. And we usually see the G5 teams show up for the most part. I mean, you think UCF the other year against Auburn, where everybody thought they would get wiped out. I think Liberty, as Emery said, they can score early and often. Just can they defend?
Yeah, it's going to be tough along the lines of scrimmage. I am also on the Ducks.